Wavelength is an improvisational acting troupe from Chicago. Conceived in 1979 by a former high school English teacher, Wavelength's goal is to provide a humorous perspective to the issues and challenges within education. The Washington Post has called Wavelength's work comedy in service to the notion that education and humor can mix. And the Chicago Tribune said of the ensemble, they are eager, they are experienced, and most importantly, they are exceedingly good at what they do, which is making people laugh. They have performed for over 800 educational organizations throughout most of the intelligent cities in the nation. They are happy once again to add Platteville to their list. Ladies and gentlemen, Wavelength.
Good morning. I am your professional development speaker, Dr. Margaret Lumbach. And no, my friends don't call me Peg. Stephen Covey wrote a best-selling book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, about the character traits of successful people. I have been able to identify 7 habits of highly ineffective educators, and I'm writing my own book. What are habits? Well, consistent, often unconscious actions we do day after day, month after month, year after year. And what does effective mean? Well, it means to get the job done. So today, we're going to look at what actions educators who don't get the job done do every day. Get it? All right, we are going to delve into all of the research. I have diagrams, I have charts, I even have handouts.
Hello. Want a chocolate? My name's Woods Gump. I'm Forrest's cousin.
Mr. Gump, I'm giving an in-service presentation.
Not going very well, is it?
I beg your pardon?
Well, we don't need to hear a lecture. My mama always said we remember what we've discovered for ourselves far better than what we've been told.
Well, thank you for that bit of folksy wisdom. But you see, I am speaking to a group of educators.
Oh, you mean teachers and such?
Yes.
I like teachers. My mama always said education's like a box of chocolates. You never know where the nuts are.
Thank you, Mr. Gump. I'm going to now get on with my lecture.
But you've got all these nice signs. We could just show them to people.
Mr. Gump, those are my visual surprise for when people start losing interest.
Too late. Here's the first one. Habit 1. When in doubt, ream someone out. Well, that's kind of funny. What's it about?
It's about violence in our schools and how we each need to take responsibility for our own anger.
Lighten up. My mama always said a pig in heat is far more entertaining than a broken TV.
That doesn't make a bit of sense, Mr. Gump.
Makes about as much sense as violence in our schools. Oh, I see I've upset you. Perhaps I'd better go.
Right.
Or left. Bye-bye.
I seem to have lost my place. Now, I think I'll just go backstage and collect myself. Excuse me, please.
Please welcome your host, Alex Knipson!
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Teacher Anger Jeopardy. I'm your host, Alex Knipson. And you're in luck today because it's returning Violence Champions Week on Jeopardy! What do you say we meet our returning champions and find out what they've been up to? Player number 1, remind us who you are and what you do.
My name is Bernie. I'm a middle school principal from Los Angeles. Depending on who you're talking to, I'm either the strong silent type or borderline schizophrenic.
Well, gosh, Bernie, how would you describe yourself?
Which one?
guess that answers that question. Bernie, it says here you're known for your creative discipline. Is that right?
That's right, Alex. I once made a 13-year-old stay after school for stealing my hubcaps.
Gosh, Bernie, that doesn't sound so creative to me.
Then I choked him.
All right, well, these people didn't get to be champions for nothing. Player number 2, remind us who you are, what you do.
My name is Betty. I'm still a gym teacher from New Jersey. You got a problem with that?
Not at all, Betty, not at all. We're just happy to have you back on the show.
Oh, and I'm happy to be back on your little show. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
I remember you now, Betty. Our staff voted you Miss Congeniality.
Yeah.
Tell me, Betty, do you have any hobbies?
No.
Do you like to go to the movies?
No.
Have you ever been held by another human being? Okay, Betty. Just checking. Let's move quickly to player number 3. Remind us who you are, what you do.
Hi, Alex. My name is Barbie, and I'm an English teacher from Kansas. And you know what? I never get angry.
Really?
Nope, never.
Oh, come on, Barbie. What snaps your peas?
Well, I do get a little put off by the mispronunciation of words.
Oh, like
library instead of library.
Oh, I hate that
or
one.
nuclear instead of nuclear. And it's February, not February, for pity's sakes. And that's regardless, not irregardless.
Whoa,
I hate that when people...
Barbie. Barbie, you sound a bit angry now.
I'm not angry. I'm excited.
Right. Okay. Barbie, denial is not just a river in Egypt. All right, today's teacher anger Jeopardy categories are discipline in the classroom, interpersonal communications, fun with numbers, and potpourri. Bernie, I'll start the questioning with you because you seem the most unstable.
Thank you, Alex. I'll take interpersonal communication for 100 continuing education units, please.
When we see a teacher and student resolve a dispute through mutual respect and understanding, we call it this. Bernie.
What is an hallucination?
No, Bernie, I'm sorry. No, yes, Barbie.
What is conflict resolution?
Yes, Barbie strikes first.
All right, I'll take interpersonal communications for 200, please.
This is one positive response to a student calling you a bad name in front of the class. Barbie.
What is, I know you are, but what am I?
No. Betty.
What is I challenge you to a cage match?
No, but you might want to look into pay-per-view. Yes, Bernie.
What is did I do something to make you angry?
Well, yes. Good for you, Bernie. Tell me, have you used that technique?
No, but someone once said it to me.
I'm curious, Bernie. Who was it?
The voices, Alex. The voices.
Okay, Bernie, have the voices pick a category, won't you?
We'll take discipline in the classroom at any price.
I don't doubt that for a second, Bernie, but we'll start you off at 100. If not handled correctly, this can turn into unbridled mayhem. Bernie.
What is me on 3 cups of coffee?
Maybe so, but not the answer we're looking for. Betty.
What is a parent-teacher conference?
That's the answer we're after.
All right. Okay, all right, Alex, give me potpourri for 100.
I believe that's pronounced potpourri.
Butt out, Henry Higgins, like I said, potpourri for 100.
Without anger, there can be none of this. Bernie.
What is fun?
No, that's incorrect. Yes, Barbie.
What is violence?
Yes, without anger, there can be no violence.
Yes.
Anger? Barbie, how did you know that?
Oh, well, my probation officer always says.
Okay, Barbie. Let's not go there, shall we?
All right.
Please.
I'll take potpourri for 200, please.
This might be characterized by a loving, nurturing environment where positive growth is encouraged and enhanced. nurturing environment, positive growth. Oh, sorry, people, that's known as a happy childhood.
Say what?
That's an
People actually
oxymoron.
have
They never
those
go in the
things?
same
No,
sentence.
right?
You say happy and
All
childhood.
right.
It's like Joe
Where you
Bush
been
shrimp or
All
something.
right, Barbie, you seem to fake friendliness the best. Why don't you go next?
Hey, I was the one voted Miss Congenital.
That's congenial! Are you crazy? You can't tell me personality!
Barbie?
I'll take interpersonal
Discipline, maybe?
discipline in the classroom for 200, please.
It is said that every time you yell at a student,
An angel gets its wings!
no, I'll repeat the entire answer. Every time you yell at a student, you are actually doing this.
Meh.
Betty.
What is preparing them for the real world?
Certainly for Betty's world, but no. Yes, Bernie.
What is committing an act of violence?
Yes. Wow, Bernie, I'm impressed by your sensitivity.
If I even look at a student, it's an act of violence.
Well, don't look at me and pick a category.
Discipline for 300.
The audio daily double. All right, a recap shows Bernie in the lead with 400 CEUs, Barbie in second with 200, and the lovely Betty with 100 is bringing up the rear.
Hey, don't ever mention my rear, Alex.
In your dreams, Betty. Bernie, how much will you wager?
All of it.
Ooh, for enough CEUs to get you out of every in-service for the next 2 years. Here is your answer. The practiced ear recognizes the following as a recording of this.
What is study hall?
Correct! Bernie, still your board.
Give me poopery for 300.
In just a few years, this maimed and destroyed more people than all the conflicts in the history of the world.
Meh.
Betty.
Whew, what are contract negotiations?
No, it was a close second. Bernie.
What is Mortal Kombat?
Yes. Bernie, I'll bet you're a big fan of that, aren't you?
Yes, we just played some in the faculty lounge.
Oh, you got the video game down there.
No.
And that sound means the end of regular Jeopardy. Let's move right to our final Jeopardy round. Here is your final Jeopardy answer. Today's world seems to be a fishbowl of mismanaged anger. Name 3 steps to managing an anger situation in a constructive way. Good luck. All right, that's enough. I hate that song. Bernie, let's start with you. You're our leader. Name 3 steps to managing an anger situation in a constructive way. You said.
What is take off your coat, enter the faculty lounge, and talk to yourself in a loud voice until everyone's anger turns to fear?
No, but you have succeeded in frightening me, Bernie. I'm sorry. You wagered everything. You don't win today, but we've got a great consolation prize for you. An all-expense paid weekend at the all-new Norman Bates Hotel and Anger Clinic. Bernie!
Coming, Mother!
Yes, Barbie, you said.
What are articulate, enunciate, and intonate, and we won't have an anger problem.
No, I'm sorry,
No,
Barbie.
oh
But you know
well.
what? My larynx is dry. Perhaps after the
Larynx.
show, you and me could get an espresso.
Espresso.
And go to the library.
Library? Now, why did you say that?
Hey, relax, Barbie. Don't go nuclear on us. All right, Betty, this is it. With the correct question, you could be our new Jeopardy champion. Name 3 steps to managing an anger situation in a constructive way. You said.
What are 1? Acknowledge your anger. 2, say it in a non-threatening way. 3, agree on how to resolve things.
Yes! Tell me, Betty, do you use that technique?
Yeah, but Alex, I boiled it down to 6 words. Sit down, shut up, pay attention.
That's why she's the champion! Alex Knipson saying so long for Anger Jeopardy!
We are going to move smoothly now on to habit number 2 of ineffective educators who don't connect with community resources to enhance their classrooms. They shun peer coaching and mentoring programs. In fact, I learned a little something from that Mr. Gump. I'm going to now show you the sign.
Hi, Margaret. Can I call you Peg?
Mr. Gump, nobody calls me Peg.
Oh, like I said backstage, you sure do remind me of my mama.
Mr. Gump, I am not your mama. I'm not your mentor. I'm not your teacher. What I am is an educational consultant who's trying to make a buck. Oh, was that out loud?
But you've got all these nice signs. We could just show them to people.
We shouldn't do anything. I can handle this by myself, thank you.
But I love to flip.
But it's my presentation.
But I'll make it easier for you.
Mr. Gump, easy is when I do things myself, my way.
Oh, kind of like Frank Sinatra?
Yes. You have got to leave now, Mr. Gump.
She'll do it her way.
So, you think you can do it all yourself, the habit of an ineffective educator. If you'll excuse me, I have got to go backstage and address these interruptions to my program by Mr. Gump. Excuse me. Woods!
Run, Woods, run! Run, Woods, run!
Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Learning Channel's Wide World of Teaching, where we broadcast a teaching event live as it's happening. I'm your host, Marv Roberts, along with me, color analyst Gail Gardenia. Gail, what can you tell us about today's contestants as they prepare their classrooms?
Well, Marv, they're as different as night and day. On the left, Mildred Pincham, traditional, closed-off, set in her ways, and she thinks Rush Limbaugh is the sexiest man alive.
On the right, Maverick, Harold Maverick, visionary, open, curious, lifelong learner, and just to keep life spicy, puts jalapenos in his prune juice.
Woo! That would do it for me.
There's the bell, and here come the students. Hey, what's Harold doing?
He's having the kids tell him something they learned in class yesterday as the password to enter his classroom today.
A great way to check responsiveness.
And the students are handing him journals. Harold really knows how to collect homework without being demanding.
But look at Mildred.
Ooh, she's greeting her kids like a third base coach waving in a runner from second.
Harold is preparing his class with a segment from an educational laserdisc while Mildred takes attendance. And this is important, Gail, because the school secretary has been known to shut down the entire school if that list is not on her desk first thing in the morning.
Mildred's using the patented Pincham death stare to buckle their knees right into their chairs.
Now she's occupying them with a mind-numbing reading assignment while she speeds through the halls to deliver the attendance sheet herself. Oh, there's got to be a better way.
There is, Marvin. Harold's doing it. He's booted up his desktop and is emailing the info directly to the secretary's computer. By networking with local business people, Harold got the hardware to thrust his classroom into the 21st century.
Well, how's Mildred with a computer?
Are you kidding? If she tiptoed onto the information superhighway, she'd be roadkill before the first exit.
Yes! Her motto is no TV, no CD, no PC. It might make learning too easy.
Now Mildred is lunging into a turgid lecture on the Boston Tea Party.
Instead of lecturing, Harold is setting up teams of New England colonists and British governors for a role-playing, problem-solving exercise. Hands are popping up all over the room.
His students work well together, Marvin, and enjoy this kind of collaborative learning. The room is a buzz.
Well, there's a buzz coming from Mildred's room as well.
It's called snoring, Marv. It's what happens when half the class is asleep.
There's the bell ending the first round. We're through the preliminaries, and now it's off to the faculty lounge to judge break time productivity.
Harold's got his finger on the pulse of this lounge, Marv. Exchanging ideas, sharing information. Now he's meeting with his peer coach for some friendly feedback.
Where's Mildred?
In her regular corner, Marv, with her regular coffee, her regular cigarette, and her regular bear claw from Dunkin' Donuts. If she speaks at all, it's to complain about students.
All right, it's back to the classrooms now for the dreaded parent-teacher conference. For this competition, we've assembled two sets of parents who both think their child is best, blurt out insults without thinking, and are on medication for uncontrollable mood swings.
Look at Harold. He's doing exceptionally well, Marv. He's calmly listening to the parents' complaints and asking for evidence.
What patience, what ease. He's a regular Buddha out there.
Oh my gosh, Marv, look at Mildred. Her set of parents just said one wrong word to her and she belted them with two left hooks and a right cross.
And they are down. They are down, and she's taunting them like Muhammad Ali over Sonny Liston.
Unbelievable. Let's look at the replay.
All right, we're queuing that up.
Oh, yes. Oh, look at that form. You can really see that killer instinct all over her face.
Oh my goodness, Gail. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I didn't see that in the live action shot.
Oh my goodness! Can you imagine one human being biting another human being?
No.
All right, we're back live, and it's time for the final event in today's program, the Science Fair. Let's head to the gymnasium.
This is the big one, Marv.
And Harold is prepared. He's putting the finishing touches on his science festival. He spent the last month telling parents, community leaders, and the school board about this event. He's being rewarded with a huge turnout.
People respond to non-competitive hands-on events, which is exactly how Harold billed this one.
But Mildred's side of the gym's a different story. Only one parent showed up. Oh, that's what happens when you stress winning, not learning.
Look at her frantically putting the last display together all by her lonesome.
Be careful, Mildred. Those wires look hot.
Whoa! Yes, hot indeedy, but hey, not as hot as Harold's side of the gym. One parent brought in a laser light show. He's got the lights out and is starting a limbo line under the laser. Everybody's loose. Hey, look, isn't that the school board president? How low can you go, Prez?
No, not as low as Mildred. She's handing out one grand prize and letting the rest of the kids know they weren't good enough to win.
Harold is... He's pinning a medal on every participant. His kids' faces are brighter than the laser light show.
Oh my gosh, Gail, the kids have turned on Mildred. They're openly chasing her through the gym. They've surrounded her like the Lilliputians around Gulliver, and they're beating her with her own set of flashcards.
The judges have disqualified her. They've never seen third graders turn so ugly.
But they're giving Harold a 9.98. He's a winner because he made everyone else a winner.
If there's a lesson, it's reach out to the community and communicate.
And don't use flashcards on third graders. Until next time, this is Marv Roberts for Gail Gardenia saying so long from the wide world of teaching.
I feel quite certain we won't have any more interruptions by that Mr. Gump, and we can move smoothly on to habit number 3. Teach as though all kids learn the same way, because if they don't, they should. Now, Howard Gardner, Harvard psychologist, proposed the theory of multiple intelligences. Now, most classrooms in America rely simply on linguistic and logical mathematical intelligence. But my heavens, there are so many more. And we need to use intelligence-fair curriculum and assessment. So.
Hi, I'm Wood's friend Bubba. He's worried he may have messed up your presentation.
Oh, no.
He just feels terrible about it, so he asked me to give you these chocolates. There's some shrimp back there for you, too.
Mr. Bubba, if I wanted gourmet cuisine, I would visit Sammy Jo in the cafeteria and ask for her tuna surprise. Now, I was speaking about multiple intelligences. There's spatial intelligence, there's bodily kinesthetic intelligence.
I had a teacher who recognized my naturalist intelligence. She recognized how much I like to watch shrimps reproduce. Hey, I know. How about you name an intelligence and I name a shrimp? You got shrimp kebab, shrimp creole, shrimp tartare.
Excuse us for a moment, please.
Pineapple
Mr.
shrimp,
Bubba,
shrimp
I'm
sandwich.
giving a presentation. This is
In
so
session,
unusual.
Come on, you gotta catch up.
Margaret is having a very, very difficult morning. While we're at a little bit of a stopping point, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about Wavelength for those of you who don't know us. We were formed out of improvisational workshops in Chicago about 17 years ago, and we decided at that time to focus our particular brand of humor on education, because that way we figured we'd never run out of material. So far, so good for us. As Dr. Lombach was explaining to you, Howard Gardner did identify 8 major intelligences. Now, he admits that there are many, many more, but these are the ones that he speaks about most. Linguistic, logical, mathematical, spatial, bodily kinesthetic, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalist. Now, we being improvisers have found that there is an improvisational form that matches each of these intelligences, and we wanted to demonstrate one of those for you this morning. So since this is a coming together of teachers from all over the state and kind of a celebration of education, we thought it'd be fun to use the musical intelligence and sing a madrigal for you. And so to that end, I invite Michael, Jim, and Rochelle back out on stage.
Thank you, Deb. As Deb mentioned, we're going to perform an improvisation based on Gardner's identification of a musical intelligence, and we would like to sing a madrigal for you. We come to you for a suggestion as to the lyrics for our madrigal. For my lyrics, could I please get the suggestion of a newspaper headline? Could be real, could be fictional, a newspaper headline. Dewey defeats Truman, from the current events teacher here at Platteville, apparently. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
And I would like an advertising slogan like Coke is it, or Nike just do it. Any advertising slogan.
Milk does the body good.
Milk does the body good. Thank you.
I think we're all familiar with excuses such as I overslept or my dog ate it. I would like the most original excuse you've ever heard or used.
That's the one we want, isn't it?
Could you put that into words?
She said she had gas.
Recapping. We have, she said she had gas.
Dewey defeats Truman.
Milk does the body good.
She said she has gas. She said she has gas.
Dewey defeats Truman. Dewey defeats Truman.
Dewey says she has gas. Dewey says she has gas. She said gas will do a body good. She said gas will do a body good.
Oh, Dewey defeated a glass of milk. Dewey had some milk and then some gas. Oh, Dewey defeated Truman.
He's the Truman. He has gas.
What do you do when you drink milk? What do? You get gas.
Oh, Dewey had some gas, and Dewey had some gas. Dewey defeated Truman because he had gas. Oh, Dewey has gas. So
Every time we hear milk, we have gas.
Oh, Dewey does a body, Dewey does a body. Milk does a body good because it defeats gas. Hello. You know that woman named Margaret? The one I like to call Peg? She sent me out here to tell you some facts about the next habit, like how America is the third largest Spanish-speaking country in the world. But I kind of just want to look at the signs, don't you? Here's habit 4. Don't tolerate, discriminate. Hey, that's terrible. My mama always said, everybody's stranger when you get to know them.
Audrey, I don't know why they call this a planning period. All I want to do is put my feet up and have a cup of coffee.
Oh, I know what you mean.
There's that dang bell. Now, you have a great luncheon.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Smells delicious,
Oh, thanks.
Audrey.
Hey, Dolores.
Hi, Ed.
Hey, Audrey.
Hey, how you doing, Ed?
Fine. I don't know why they call us a planning period. Just want to put my feet up and have a cup of coffee.
Does that thing have a volume control?
Oh, you like my new jacket, huh?
Well, where did you get it?
Bob Stone had a garage sale.
You should have bought the garage.
True dat.
True dat?
True dat. That's true. My ESL class is tonight.
Oh, I didn't know you taught ESL.
Yep. Ebonics as a second language.
Oh.
Yeah, I got certified over the summer. Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's up with you?
Oh, Gesundheit. You know, I have so much to do for this Diversity Day luncheon that my head is just swimming.
Hey, what's cooking?
Well, I'm making polenta, escargot, kimchi, dal makhni, and tom yum kung.
Can I try some?
Sure. Oh, but what I'm really looking forward to is the Global Community Song and Dance Parade. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's a great time of year, isn't it?
Yeah.
But Audrey, I've been thinking, the whole multicultural issue, I mean, it's about a lot more than ethnic foods and song and dance parades.
Oh, well, Ed, of course it is. I mean, for one thing, how do we best embrace the 23 million in our population that are foreign-born?
I don't know. I used to know. Now I know I never knew.
Oh my God, where's that coming
That
from?
can't be good.
I don't know. I don't know
That's
where
a
it's
problem.
Alternately abled, differently learning.
Oh my God, it's Smith!
It's not Christmas, it's winter holiday.
Smith, what's wrong?
It's not Christmas, it's winter holiday.
Oh, I think it's multicultural shock syndrome.
Oh, buenos dias, Audrey. What's up, homie? Konnichiwa.
Yes, it's definitely multicultural shock syndrome.
Yes.
He's OD'd on teaching Western values to a diverse class. What do we do?
Well, we've got to calm him down. Smith, it's okay, we're with you.
Well, this whole multicultural thing just keeps me on edge. I mean, you know how this school is like the UN? Everybody's some kind of hyphenated American? Well, some days I'm not sure if I can face the challenge.
You're tentative about teaching?
Exactly. I'm afraid of offending somebody.
Oh, me too.
And I question myself a lot.
Oh, me too.
Like when a kid's not looking at me, I say, is that the way he was raised? Am I not getting through, or am I just boring?
I never think that.
You
should.
Smith, tell us what just happened.
Well, I was teaching my 6th grade history class. History? I was teaching stories about the past. And I was telling a story about how Eli Whitney's slave invented the cotton gin, and this Indian kid pipes up.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't you mean Native American?
No, he was Mahatma, my East Indian pupil.
Oh, 1,000 pardons.
Yeah. He pipes up and says, but I always heard that Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin. I snapped. I said, that's right! That's what I was taught too! The kids gasped. I was about to give in to the Anglo-Saxon lie when I saw my Native American student Blue Skies smiling at me. Oh. And Jose, Chen Li, Paula, Abdul, Jabbar. So I corrected myself politically and said, but further research has proven that it was indeed Eli Whitney's slave and not Whitney who invented the cotton gin.
Oh, Smith, that's so great. And what did your students do?
Oh, they applauded
I
and
bet.
started chanting, tell us more, tell us more, tell us more. Next thing I know, I'm making up multicultural stories till I'm blue in the face. Woo!
Smith, what did you tell them?
Oh, like it wasn't Benjamin Franklin who discovered electricity.
No.
No. It was his differently abled, alternately coupled, vegetarian Chinese cleaning person who was wheeling in the laundry during a thunderstorm.
That's ridiculous.
Don't you think I know that? I got so excited making up stories I couldn't separate fact from fiction. That's what sent me over the edge.
Smith, you told a wonderful story.
Yeah?
Oh, you really did. You looked at the dangers of stereotypes and how they can hurt people.
Yeah, and Smith, it sounds like you gave your kids a chance to discuss their differences, and that's a way to find out how they're really more alike.
Yeah, I do that. And I stress that having one set of cultural principles dominates all minority groups.
Well, that's why you're such a wonderful role model. You accept who you are, and you want your students to do the same.
Yeah. Gee, thanks, Audrey.
You're welcome, Smith.
Thanks, Ed. Oh, yeah.
Got your back, bro.
Oh, boy. You know, I feel better, but am I exhausted? I mean, I don't know why they call this a planning period. I just want to put my feet up and have a cup of coffee. Oh, gee, I got to get back and get my lesson plans done for Columbus Day.
Hey, Smith, tonight's final conjugation of the verb to be. Don't come falling up in there late.
Show you right.
You know, Ed, I didn't know you and Smith team teach Ebonics.
Oh, we don't. I'm his tutor.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Hey, Audrey, we got to stay certified by any means necessary.
Oh, true dat.
Hello? Oh, they are still here. My name is Dr. Dave Newton, and together with Dr. Lombach, we run the Center for Research in Change and Innovation in Palomar, California. We study the effects of change on people. I'm out here now because Margaret asked me to continue her presentation. She seems to be a little indisposed, talking with two young men backstage, eating chocolate and shrimp. Right now, we are in a rapid era of change. Information currently doubles every 5 years. And by the year 2020, information will double every 73 days. And so I'm curious about what some of the changes are that you've been facing or will face during the next school year. So anybody want to share any changes that you went through or anticipate going through this next year? Just shout them out, please.
We moved to a new school.
You moved to a new school?
Yes.
All right. Anything else? You have a new principal, and what happened in the back?
Same thing.
I'm sorry?
Same thing.
Same thing. You got the same principal that they did. And he left schools. Well, you know, I always find it a little interesting. I remember my youth when we would change schools. Ma'am, would you mind coming up and give me a little more information about that? Just step right up here. Can we encourage our colleague here? Please. We're not going to make fun of you, no. We're going to change your perception of yourself. Come, please, join us. It's all right. It's all right. Come a little farther. All right, now, it's all right. How do you do?
Fine, thank you.
You're fine. And your name is?
Beth.
Beth, and you're from where, Beth?
Oshkosh.
Oshkosh? We heard, that's what your genes say. That's very good. And if you turn your tag over, will your name match? Yes, it is Beth from Oshkosh. No, Beth, we're not going to make fun of you. In fact, we want you to, I need your help with this because I'm a little nervous and I can use your calmness to help me get through this. If you'll hold that, I want you to speak into that as you read this habit, and can you whine this particular word, and I want you to do it so that the class will repeat what you say, the way you say it, okay? Here we go, habit number 5.
But we've always done it this way.
Class, your responsibility. Oh, that's very good, Beth. Just hold that. No, hold on to that. Hold on to that. I got a couple of things. I'm going to set this over here. Now, Beth, you're from Oshkosh, and you say that you have a new school this year?
Yes.
And it's different from the one you had last year.
Right.
And you're a little concerned about that. You need the directions to the school. That's okay. Well, since you've looked at this young lady, I'm going to have her help you because you're a little nervous with me. This is Beth from Oshkosh. This is Dr. Kathy Bond.
Hello,
Dr. Bond is going to help you. Beth has a new school.
Yes.
Beth has a new school, and she's a little concerned about the change of the new school.
And you seem a little nervous, and that's perfect because we're going to have a little group therapy session right now, and I think it'll work out fine. Why don't you sit right down here, Beth? You know what? Now, you don't need to feel nervous at all because if you've got comments and observations, you can just spit them out. And if you don't want to say anything, just relax and lay back, and I'm sure the other people in the group will make you feel comfortable and welcome. All right, now then, let's do it. Hank, what are you doing?
Hey, Dr. Bond. I'm getting virtual reality approved for my faculty, so I rented these helmets. Oh, the software is awesome.
Hank, where are you?
I'm at a discotheque in Paris. It's 3 in the morning, and I'm dancing with Monique, the dance queen from the south of France. Hey, Dr. Bond.
What?
Monique says I dance better than Al Gore.
Well, high praise indeed, Hank.
Hey, Dr. Bond, let me know if somebody comes in, will you? I'd hate to be caught with this thing on my head dancing with myself like an idiot.
Too late, Hank.
Huh?
We do have a new member to our group today.
Oh, my goodness.
This is Beth, and why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, Beth. Hank Schmedlap, Superintendent for District 214. But hey, Beth, you don't have to call me doctor, you don't have to call me mister, just call me Hank, okay? I'm really into first names. I think they make for closer communication, don't you?
Yes.
I am so sorry I'm late. They were giving this internet training and you're in my chair! That's always been my chair and
Very good. You are catching on very quick, Beth. Good.
Well, Dr. Bond, this is change therapy, not musical chairs.
That's right, Dottie. Dottie, why don't you introduce yourself to our newest member of our group, Beth?
Oh, hi, Beth. I'm Dottie, and well, I'm horrified by change. There, I've said it.
Okay, now, you know what, Beth? It's really come to your turn now, and I'd like you to explain to Hank and Dottie what the problems are you're facing in the coming school year, okay? You're looking at me like a bunny in a headlights. So, let's just relax. We'll relax. Tell me, it's something about a new school, is that it?
We're here for you, Beth.
Thank you, Hank.
You want to hold this up?
Not really.
Oh, I'll hold it for you. There. Okay.
Our middle school is moving into our Catholic high school building.
Oh, now what kind of
Church and state, state and church.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes. And is it a much bigger building?
It's bigger than our middle school building,
It's
yes.
bigger than your middle school building, and are there pulpits there? Or there something that, you know, I mean...
Stained glass?
Stained glass, something like that?
We have a really tiny chapel, but
You have a
no.
tiny chapel
Yeah.
in it.
No residual nuns?
No? None left?
I don't think they're residual, no.
Do they have a tiny little chaplain that goes in the tiny chapel?
No. We're all regular size.
All regular
You're
size.
all
Yes.
regular size. Well, you know what, Beth? As we like to talk about in our group, it is very normal to have anxiety about change. Yes, Dottie?
Oh, Dr. Bond, I know I do, and I do have a little problem I'd like to work through. If you'll excuse me, Beth?
Go right ahead,
Excuse me,
Bond.
Hank?
Hey, you do your thing, I do mine. If we meet, it's beautiful. If not, it can't be helped.
All right, now, Dottie, just remember, anxiety about change is really just a fear of losing control.
But Dr. Bond, that's just it. I have no control. None. Not an ounce of it. I've been in elementary education for 23 years, and I've seen open classrooms and back to basics, whole language, hooked on phonics, higher standards, no standards. You do your thing, but don't do that thing. Assertive discipline, no discipline, student-based education, outcome-based education, mastery learning, master teachers, merit parade, mentoring programs, peer coaching. I've done it all. But you know, Beth, I always felt that if something were worth learning, it'd be in a book. Well, it's just that I'm so intimidated by computers. You know, my kindergartners are always talking about cyberspace like they're in it, wherever it is.
Dottie, cyberspace is a bioelectronic environment inhabited with knowledge. It's literally universal. It's the last great frontier, and we're the pioneers. I say cyberspace! Oh! Go, Beth, go! Whoa!
Oh, Hank, sometimes I think you just like change for change's sake.
Oh, right you are, little Dot, because change is awesome, and I'm out there on the cutting edge of change, and I want my faculty out here with me on the edge!
Hank, your life is totally out of control because of your need to change everything. Now, face it, you are addicted to change.
Hey, I'm a change user, not an abuser.
Oh.
Well, we'll let Beth be the judge of that. She's new to the group. All right, Beth, hear me out, will you? Okay.
Don't enable him, Beth.
All right. When I started... Please, just some objectivity is all I'm asking for. All right. I started out in the 70s, Beth, with transactional analysis. TA, it's I'm okay, you're okay. And I mean that, Beth, you're okay.
Thank you, Hank.
Good. So I took that concept back to my faculty, and we created this enormous, we're all okay corral. Then there was that unfortunate shootout.
And you were fired.
Yeah, but I landed on my feet, and I went on to change everything I could at my next 16 schools. Nothing wrong with that, right, Beth?
Not a thing.
Right, Beth, that a girl. But hey, as Dr. Bond likes to say, we should be
here now.
Oh, but Beth, you got to agree, these helmets could change the shape of education as we know it. What do you think, Beth? What do you think?
Snazzy.
I put in that Chippendale program for
Oh,
her.
good, good. Hank, what is your point?
My point, Dr. Bond, is I want a faculty who's not afraid of technology, not afraid of students who know more about technology than they do. I want my old faculty on the net. Oh, but the dinosaurs on the school board, they're never going to approve the funding for these helmets. I'm going to quit.
Oh, now, Hank, you are just reacting instead of responding to change. Now, when you react to change, you feel helpless and frustrated. But if you respond to change, You accept what is and choose to let it affect you positively.
But Dr. Bond, I've seen the future of education. Do you realize in the next 10 years, we're going to be hiring 200,000 new teachers a year?
Yes.
And those teachers are going to have to be wired to the max.
Oh, I've heard enough. I'm leaving. Are you coming, Beth?
Dottie, don't go. Stay. Face the future. Face the change. Students should never be asking us, why am I learning this? No, knowledge should be embedded as part of their curriculum. Content-based curriculum? It's passé. Grades, Beth. Grades, we've got to abolish grades. This whole educational community needs to wake up!
I think we all applaud your passion for change, Hank, but you know, there still are rules we need to follow. So let's remind ourselves of those rules. Fatty, why don't you read rule number one?
Be clear on how you want to handle change.
Very good. And Beth, why don't you read number 2?
Set realistic goals for change.
Oh,
Very
Beth,
good.
you're
That
awesome.
is so important.
Okay, great. And now let's all do number 3 together, shall we?
Let change open new doors and point us in new directions.
You were great, Beth. Thanks. See you next week. Okay.
See you next week, Beth. You were great.
Thank you. Let me put that. Thank you again. Well, let's move on now. Habit number 6 says Ed was.
Dave, what are you doing here?
Oh, hi, Margaret. I'm finishing your presentation. We're at habit number 6. Ed was. Are you all right? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it stands for Edgwas Huttelbuddelkubdwimmel. We couldn't get it all on one sign. But you know what, Dave? I want you to get back there and have some of that chocolate shrimp. You are just gonna love it. And you know what? I want you to meet Bubba. You are so alike. I can take over from here now.
Okay, Margaret.
Oh, one more thing, Dave. Call me Peg.
Right. Peg.
Okay, now here we are on habit number 6. This stands for every day get up and say, hey, there are a lot better things I could be doing with my life. That's the habit of a burnt-out educator who better find a new profession. And in fact, while backstage, Woods and Bubba helped me write a list. I'm going to share it with you now. From the district's home office in Platteville, Wisconsin, here's the top 7 list of career opportunities for burnt-out educators. Number 7, come back as a burnt-out substitute. Number 6, work in a fast food restaurant and ask everyone who orders, you want homework with that? Number 5, host a new infomercial for Hooked on Block Scheduling. Number 4, make your own videos like Teaching to the Oldies. Teaching to the Oldies. All right, number 3, join the circus as Chalky, the educating clown. Number 2, star in a new CBS drama, Teached by an Angel. And the number 1 career opportunity for burnt-out educators, become an educational consultant like me! Now, in case any of you didn't find that funny, habit number 7 is for you. Remember, there's nothing funny about education. Now, some educators forget that humor reduces tension, builds morale, and it can stimulate creativity. And in fact, before I started talking with Woods and Bubba backstage, I realized I had lost my sense of humor. But I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I used to be very funny before I became an in-service provider. Oh boy.
Hi,
Oh, hi guys. You know what? I was just talking about you. I owe everything to both of you. I had forgotten how much fun life and teaching can be. I'd like to take you both to the movies.
Oh, me and Bubba was just going to ask you to go to the movies with us.
Yeah, we got popcorn shrimp.
Oh, I can hardly wait. Come on, let's all go to the movies, shall we?
Come on.
that insipid music is? Well, we're simply announcing a new schedule of films designed especially for educators. That's right. Now you can go to a local theater and see a film made with you in mind. You will never forget the thrill the first time you get to see Elephant Teacher.
I am not an animal! I am a substitute teacher!
Cool, calm, collected, deadly. It's Clint Eastwood as Dirty Teacher.
I know what you're thinking. Should I study for that final exam or watch reruns on Nick at Night? Well, seeing as how this is a red pen, the most powerful weapon in a teacher's arsenal, and can write your future clean away, you gotta be asking yourselves one question. Do I feel lucky? Go ahead, punks. Don't study. Make my day.
Shock and horror drip from the screen in the cult classic Assistant Principals of the Damned. Damn!
Damn!
Damn it.
Damn! Oh, damn it! Time now for the Mary Shelley Gothic horror tale, Franken-Teacher.
Yes, Igor, I've done it! I, with my own 2 hands, have created the perfect teacher! Now, Igor!
Yes, master.
Igor, fix your tongue. Now, Igor, flip the switch and watch my perfect teaching creation come to life!
Yes, master, right away.
It's alive! It's alive!
You're not doing well in class. Teacher doesn't like you. We'll change your class. We won't let you fail.
Igor, you fool! You didn't steal me the brain of a teacher! You stole me the brain of a guidance counselor!
Let's watch the martial wizardry now of Jackie Chan as he rumbles in the books.
Oh, yeah! Ho, to, pa!
Mr. Chan, this is a library. What in the world is wrong?
Oh, Xerox machine down again.
Before his tragic death, James Dean gave us many sterling performances. See him now in his most challenging role in this recently unearthed film.
Mr. Dean, I need to talk to you about my essay. You gave me a D.
Let me see that paper. Are you tearing me apart? You use prepositional phrases instead of sentences. You switch voice tenses. And you dangled your participle.
It's James Dean in Rebel Without a Clause.
Before he danced with wolves, before he led us in Waterworld, Kevin Costner thrilled us as a teacher in Classroom of Dreams.
If you teach it, they will come. If you teach it, they will come.
Wow, is this heaven?
No, it's sex ed.
And now, my pretties, join Dorothy and Toto as they scamper off to the land of Oz.
Oh, Toto, we're lost. Which way should we go?
Well, you could go that way, or you could go that way.
Who said that?
I did.
Oh, hello.
My name is Dorothy, and this is my little dog Toto. We're going to go see the wizard so that I can teach in the perfect classroom.
Oh, can I go with you? I want the wizard to give me a brain. I want to be president of the school board.
Oh, no. You don't need a brain. You're perfect just the way you are. Time now for that hot, steamy box office hit, Teacher Heat.
Say, baby, 2 and 2 are 5.
Well, say, you're kind of stupid, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I am.
Well, that's good, because I like that in an administrator. Tom Cruise as Jerry Maguire revolutionized the sports agent business. Now he takes on education.
Hey, Rod, I just got elected chairperson of the In-Service Day Committee. Hey, Rod, help me help you. Help me help you. Help me help all of you. You all want to be better teachers, right?
Yeah.
You all want staff development that's relevant, right?
Yeah.
What do I have to do to get you to come to in-service training after school?
Show me the money!
John Travolta has had a phenomenal comeback, but hey, let's go back to the film that started it all, the film the whole family loves every time we get a chance to see it. It is time for Saturday Night Teacher!